So supplementation, or otherwise supplements, are not nutraceuticals. You can take a look at a bottle, and I promise you, and this is the truth, whether you go to a drugstore or whether you go to a health food store, a lot of times the bottle and the bottling and the cap are more than the ingredients inside. The average supplement would cost you $3.50 to $4 to fill up the bottle. Some are even a lot less than that. Did you know that? Okay. So I'm open to be challenged. When you see today, when we go through our products, you're going to see that everything that I picked, remember, I've been at this for 40 years. You know, even if I'm as dumb as a stump, I'm going to get it after a while. Everything that we pick, we have to take a look at not what's in it. What's in it is important, but who manufactured it or processed it? Who grew it? Where did it come from? Okay, how was the soil maintained? Everything. Everything is so important. Let me just go over this really quickly with you. Look, people tried to copy my daily cleansing tea. When I was 28 years old, I worked with a herbalist. He no longer is around. And that tea, okay, only has 5 different herbs in it. I've had people try to duplicate it over the last, since I was 28 years old. I'll be 67 in a couple of, 3 or 4 weeks, can't remember. Anyways, but they try to duplicate. Oh, I can duplicate that. Go ahead and try it. I like it when they do it. They can't duplicate it. The reality is that daily cleansing tea can be taken every morning, every night for the rest of your life. And all it's going to do is help to clean all of your detox organs gently, okay? There's no stimulants, there's no laxatives. Anybody can take it, from cats to dogs to infants to everybody. When they think about cleansing their bowels, they think about X-Lax, okay? Or Cascara Sagrada or Senna tea. We don't do any of that. It's all about the energy in the product. The energy is what moves us, isn't it? Emotion, energy moves us. Emotion, energy, and motion. Okay. Our humic fulvic, we're the only company in the world that actually process our humic fulvic without chemicals. It comes from the most richest humic fulvic in the world, which is Drumheller, which is here in Alberta. I can show all scientific stats that we're the only company that can actually make sure that we can rid of any heavy metals, that we can actually organize the nutrition in it. And we use no chemicals to process it, to break it down. Because understand, the fulvic comes from the humic. The fulvic is the smaller particle inside the humic. Now, I don't say these things to brag. I'm going to tell you something. I put myself up to be challenged. Our C60 is 275 times stronger than vitamin C. I didn't say 275%. I said 275 times stronger than vitamin C. C60, okay, has the ability to, between the C60 and our humic fulvic, it has the ability to totally, guess what? Neutralize this in humans. I already know it. They're coming to us all the time. We're not talking about hundreds. We're talking about thousands of people who have gotten this 3 times plus the booster seat. And they think they're dying, and then they get on this hardcore. They call me up. We put them on the protocol. And then they call in every few days. That's why we make a Perfect Day consultation with lifetime support only for $150. And then they get the Perfect Day guide. You'll see how busy you guys get when you're done. Okay, so let's not just talk about that. Let's talk about our IGF 300,000, which is made from the human growth hormone that you used to make when you were younger, which gave you all your vitality, which helps to help hormonal balance, helps to actually lay the bone down properly to create strong bones for the rest of your life. It gives you more energy. It's not stimulating, it's energy. You have to take it every day. When you were in your 20s and early 30s, you could go out and party tonight and then only have a few hours sleep and be ready to party in the afternoon. Why don't you go try to do it when you're 40 and then 50 and 60? How does that work out? So the reality is, if I didn't do if I didn't do my IGF 300,000, if I didn't do the products I just told you about, I wouldn't be able to pull off what I'm putting off, because everything is energy. The human body is a battery. And most people, you know what they do? They eat a good diet, and then they become old and stiff and sick because their vibration came down, and now they're full of parasites, bad bacteria, fungus. I don't have any of that. I could eat parasites that couldn't live in me. Frequency, your vibration, it would just send them packing. And I already told you yesterday that 95% of all parasites are created in the body. You didn't eat them in your food. Yes, you get parasites from fish. You know, if it smells like fish, then you've got to overcook it, because you got to kill the worms. But what about the eggs? You better make sure you cook those eggs. Are you with me? And if you eat sushi, then you're full of worms all the time. Okay, so our hemp oil C60 and our hemp oil and our coconut oil C60 is the best in the world. And it is. I don't mind anybody challenging me. The C60, 95% of it to even 98% of it comes out of China. And they make it in little blenders. Our C60 is made in a crystal upside down bell that holds 250 gallons, and it's made in the dark. And every one of those crystal bells has a $20,000, looks like headphones, but they're not, speaker system, putting in the love harmonic continually in the dark, because it has to be made in the dark, and it runs there for 3 weeks in the dark with music with the love harmonic going into it. Do you understand? And our C60 came from out of the Ukraine and Russia. And understand this, with our C60, guys, do you know how much real C60 costs now? How much?
120.
It's $350 to $450 a gram. So the reality is most people, when they tell you you're getting C60, you're not getting real C60. Where I get my C60 from, okay, he bought a small nuclear plant, a small nuclear plant. Why? Because it's the only way he can keep the price down. People aren't actually taking C60. There's a company called Purple Power, and they say that they have coconut oil C60. They use palm oil to make it look purple. Where's my bag here? I'm going through some of our Starship stuff or flagship products, because I just want to make it perfectly clear. That's real C60. All right? And understand something. I used to wear glasses. Between doing the humic fulvic in my eyes, the bright eyes, between taking the C60 and using the Bioptron light, I can see great distances. I can read small print. I don't even have readers anymore. This is stuff you got to find out for yourself. I don't want you to ever believe me, okay? Our iodine. So I'm just telling you the flag stuff. Our iodine, nope, we're not. Yeah, we could do it now. Our iodine, 1 second. Our iodine and iodide, because there's a difference. Iodine goes in the body and disinfects, and what's left over goes to the thyroid. Iodide goes directly to the thyroid. We have the only non-toxic iodine in the world. Boom. Nascient's iodine and Lugo's iodine are toxic. And you know what? Now I've got people out there saying we've taken nascent iodine and we've done something special. Okay, really good. We already know it's not. So the reality is that listen, we have stage 4 inflammation, what they call cancer patients, that are taking 1.5 ounces of our iodine plus nebulizing it, so it goes into their brain, into their blood, into their tissues. And understand something. You don't have to believe me, but in the last month, we've had 2 stage 4 cancer patients that they took our stuff, they did the non-surgical, they did the Perfect Day diet, but the nebulizing, okay, guess what? It took them 6 weeks, one person, and 2 months the other one, and they went in and they said, we can't find the cancer. So that's the reality. See, with Lugos or with Nascent, you'll blow your thyroid out. You'll blow your metabolism out. You can take as much of ours and you won't. but all you need is 5 sprays in the back of your throat of infinite iodine, and then the average person, and everybody needs iodine every day. And guess what? Most of you aren't still doing it. Everybody needs iodine every day. It's not in your food. In 1974, they took out iodine out of all the foods. They did it on purpose, and they put bromide, which bromide blocks iodine from getting to your thyroid. That's why back in 1974, there was a metabolic explosion with women and hormonal dysfunction. And then women go, I got to get bioidentical hormone therapy. I got to do this. I got to do that. I got too much of this and that. Stop playing the mad scientist and give your body back what they stole. Okay, what are other flagship products? Well, our silver bullet gel, but what the flagship process is, every woman should be doing vaginal infusion. Because did you know that the vagina will absorb 500% to 1,000% more than the mouth? You didn't know that, did you? Oh yeah, the healing's unbelievable. You can actually do vaginal infusion, and we'll see women with tumors dissolve. I'm not offering cures. I'm not offering anything. It's not my fault if this happens because we do this. You know what? I do not offer cures because I don't know what the person is doing. They're a terrorist and creating anxiety. That'll destroy everything. I don't know if they've got addictions. I don't know how their diet is or their so-called life. So you need to get that. If people come and get a Perfect Day consult, which we only charge $150, and let me tell you something. We pay the practitioners, okay? And also to run all the dial pads and everything. There's not a lot of money left over. But the reality is most people would never pay for a consultation unless it was cheap, because they've been taught to disrespect and dishonor themselves. And then we still give them a 400-page manual that's the best written health guide, that take action guide they'll ever use. And all of you will have this to give them. Just know this, you will be the powerhouse that you need to be when you leave here. Okay? All right? Okay. So what I want you to do, come on up and you can tell your story, and then we'll go on, okay? So come on up. It's Amy, right? Amy, you guys can do this, okay? Start from the beginning where you're at. Maybe you can help her out.
Yep.
And, okay?
So when I met Amy back, a couple months ago? Okay, I met Amy a couple months ago. I started working at Heal Thyself Studio, where we do a transformative flow, and she was just expressing that she had some issues she was dealing with, and one was underactive thyroid.
Yeah. So I've been on a healing journey for the last 3 years. 3 years ago, I was 80 pounds more. I was on 8 different medications. Dealing with suicidal thoughts, depression, anxiety, and this was a lifetime of being sick. I was a very sick little girl. My first asthma attack was 6 months old. I was put on inhalers and pharmaceuticals as a baby. I used to have to get blood transfusions once a month because I was told by the medical mafia that I had no immune system. And the only way that I would be healthy is if I went and got a blood transfusion every month to give my body white blood cells, because I wasn't producing them on my own. After 8-9 years of doing that, my levels never changed. I kind of got a little bit better through my young adult years, early 20s. And then towards my mid-20s, late 20s, early 30s, I found myself in a very toxic marriage, and my health just went way worse than it had ever been. That's where I found myself, 80 pounds overweight and on all this medication. Long story short, I've been on this healing journey, and I've been able to do a lot. I was able to get off 7 different medications. I'm pain-free. I used to have fibromyalgia, so I would I'd have pain all over I thought I had fibromyalgia. What I really had was some emotional issues that I had to deal with. The last thing that I have tried several times is getting off my thyroid medication. That's the one medication that I have struggled with. And so I told Alicia that, and I said, I've tried everything. I've been on the nascent iodine. I've done all these things. I'm, working on nutrition in, toxicity out, self-love, meditation, breath work, exercise, all the things, going to retreats and doing all these things, but I still can't change that. Makes me a little emotional, actually, because I've been on the protocols that you guys have told me to be on for the last 6 weeks, and I can't take my thyroid medication because my heart beats too fast and I get all jittery and crazy, and so now I'm taking it every other day with the advice of a pharmacist on how to actually get myself off of it. The difference is that I have done this before, trying to get off my medication. I tried cold turkey, I tried slowly weaning down, but I felt absolutely terrible. My hair would follow, my eyebrows would follow, my eyelashes, I'd be tired and emotional and gaining weight. I'm actually releasing weight since I started on these products. I've lost 6 pounds. Sorry, released 6 pounds. I don't want to find it, so I'm not losing it. I released it. And I know that it's changing and it's making a difference, and I'm so grateful. I'm clapping every day, just like you said. It hurts a little bit, but it's a good hurt every time I do it.
When it hurts a lot, you will find your inner self. You go deeper and deeper, and you bring the issues in your tissues to the surface. Redness is not what we're after. If you've been sick, we're after the light purple, the dark purple, and the black, because that is the dis-ease of you not unconditionally
loving yourself. Right. So I'm very, very grateful. The iodide and the iodine are extremely powerful. Like, it took me probably about 4 weeks until I really I was just on the iodine at first. It took me about 4 weeks until I started to kind of notice things. Then when I added in the iodide, it was days.
Boom.
Yeah.
And you should have added the iodide right away.
Yeah. But we're learning together, right? So it's very powerful, and I'm very grateful. Thank you.
You're so welcome. Oh. Yeah, it's been just amazing, and I really enjoyed working with you. You're so welcome. Bye, everyone.
Bye. Thank you.